Matthew chapter 11, it says, when Jesus had finished giving these instructions to his 12 disciples from the previous chapter, he went out to teach and preach in towns throughout the region. Now, this is interesting. The next thing it says, John the Baptist, who was in prison, heard about all the things the Messiah was doing, so he sent his disciples to ask Jesus, are you the Messiah we've been expecting, or should we keep looking for someone else? Now, this is an interesting question because you can see that even John the Baptist perhaps had a little bit of doubt. Maybe it wasn't going the way John the Baptist expected to. He was in prison after all. A little bit later, he's going to be beheaded. So this is sort of interesting background for these next couple of chapters. And Jesus doesn't answer him with a simple yes or no. He just says, well, just go back and tell him what you've seen. The blind see, the lame walk, lepers are cured, etc. So he's explaining that everything in the Old Testament that was spoken about Jesus, all of that stuff is happening. So believe or don't believe. Jesus does this throughout these next few chapters. He's just giving people an opportunity to make a decision about who he is. He's not going to force anyone to follow him or to believe in him, but he's going to invite them, right? Now he goes on, he says some more, you can read this, but I want to skip down a little bit further because it's, again, kind of in that same vein. It says in verse 20, then Jesus began to denounce the towns where he had done so many of his miracles because they hadn't repented of their sins and turned to God. So once again, he's going out there proving who he is by his miracles, by fulfilling these prophecies, and still so many people didn't turn to God. So many people didn't receive his message. So keep an eye on that idea because he's going to be explaining that even more in these next few chapters. And then he prays. He says, "O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, thank you for hiding these things from those who think themselves wise and clever and for revealing them to the childlike." And so he at the end of the chapter here, this is the famous passage. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I'm humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." Again, interesting words if John the Baptist had heard them, because John the Baptist is in prison now, and he's about to have his head cut off. So what is he talking about there? Well, he's talking about a different kind of easy burden. He's talking about a different kind of rest for your souls. It's not about making this world better, making your life here more comfortable. He's talking about being a part of the kingdom of God and having sort of this ultimate peace, this peace with God, releasing these ultimate burdens and knowing that with God first and everything else second, then you have a well-ordered life. So go ahead and read Matthew chapter 11, and then we'll see you tomorrow for chapter 12.